Listen up. Today, we're venturing into Midway Island, a tiny speck in Lake Victoria that defies logic. This is one of the most mysterious, densely packed places on Earth, where every inch is a battle for survival. Forget your ideas of island paradise. Midway is a raw, unfiltered look at human resilience. We'll uncover 10 bizarre things you'll only find here, from its size to the complex web of life clinging to its surface. Ready? Let's dive in. First, let's talk scale. To truly understand Midway, you have to start with its size, or rather, its astonishing lack of it. Midway is barely half an acre, smaller than a football pitch. Imagine squeezing an entire neighborhood onto a patch of land that could fit inside a single city block. You could walk from one end to the other in under a minute, if you could even find a clear path through the maze of homes and shacks. Yet, despite its minuscule footprint, it supports hundreds of people, fishermen, traders, families, all living shoulder to shoulder. Land here is more valuable than gold. Every jagged edge is claimed and built upon with no square inch left unused. From above, the island looks less like land and more like a metallic shell, corrugated iron roofs pressed together so tightly, the rock beneath is barely visible. The natural world has been completely overtaken by necessity. There's no room for trees, gardens, or even a patch of grass. Imagine being surrounded by endless water, your entire world reduced to this rock, your horizon nothing but lake and sky. There's no room to roam, just a microcosm of humanity's struggle for space, where every movement is a negotiation. Survival here isn't about shelter from the elements, it's about carving out a spot among hundreds, sometimes even fighting for a few extra feet. People build up, not out, stacking homes wherever they can, sometimes 2 or 3 stories high, defying the limits of the rock. The lack of space shapes every aspect of life here, from how families eat and sleep to how children play and neighbors interact. It's a constant, oppressive presence that dictates daily existence, forcing everyone to adapt in creative, sometimes uncomfortable ways. Midway is a high-stakes experiment in human settlement, a living example of what happens when space is the rarest commodity. Its smallness is its most bizarre defining feature, shaping not just the landscape but the very lives of those who call it home. And that's just the beginning. There's so much more to discover about life on this extraordinary speck of land. If the size is shocking, the reality of daily life here is even more astonishing. The population density is mind-blowing. There's barely room to breathe, let alone move freely. Over 500 people are crammed onto just half an acre, making this one of the densest places on Earth. Every available inch is used, and the sense of space is almost non-existent. Homes are stacked side by side with walls and roofs pressed together so tightly that privacy is a luxury no one can afford. Alleyways are so narrow you sometimes have to turn sideways just to squeeze through, brushing past neighbors as you go. Families of 6 or more often share a single-room shack with every sound, smell, and moment of daily life experienced together. There's no such thing as solitude here. This extreme proximity forces cooperation. Disputes must be resolved quickly because there's simply nowhere to hide from each other. You rely on neighbors for everything, from sharing food to fixing a leaking roof. Community isn't just a word here, it's a necessity for survival. Life is lived almost entirely in public, with every activity on display. The community is not just a social network, but a physical reality you can't escape. The intense closeness challenges everything you think you know about personal space and boundaries. On Midway, you can't escape the community. It's not just a way of life, it's the only way to survive in such tight quarters. Every day is a balancing act between friction and friendship, with tempers flaring and laughter echoing through the alleys. This is life at maximum density, where every moment is shared and every challenge is faced together. It's overwhelming, chaotic, and sometimes exhausting, but somehow it works, and the community endures. Midway isn't just crowded, it's contested. Kenya and Uganda both claim this rock, fighting for the rich fishing grounds around it. Flags change, rules shift, and residents pay taxes to both sides. Armed police from both countries patrol the island, creating constant tension. Fishermen navigate a political minefield just to earn a living. The community is caught in a geopolitical tug-of-war. Loyalty is to survival, not a flag. Living here means mastering diplomacy and adapting to ever-changing authority. Midway is a living reminder that even the smallest places can be battlegrounds. Everything on Midway revolves around one thing: Nile perch. This single species is the heartbeat of the island, shaping every aspect of daily life and defining the rhythm of the community. These giant fish are the island's lifeblood, worth a fortune and fueling the local economy. Every successful catch means food on the table, school fees paid, and hope for a better tomorrow. The Nile perch is more than just a fish here. It's a symbol of survival and opportunity. Before dawn, fishermen head out into Lake Victoria, risking storms, engine failures, and the unpredictable moods of the water. The work is grueling and dangerous, but the promise of a big haul keeps them going, day after day. The afternoon brings a frenzy. Boats return, fish are weighed, gutted, and sold on the shore. The market comes alive with shouts, laughter, and the clatter of coins as everyone scrambles to claim their share of the day's bounty. A single catch can change a family's fortune, but everything else, food, water, fuel, must be imported. The island's isolation means that even basic necessities come at a premium, making every shilling earned from fishing precious. Life is expensive. Most earnings go right back into survival. The cost of living is high, and families often struggle to make ends meet, despite the wealth that flows through the fish markets. There's no agriculture, no industry, just fishing. The island is a tiny outpost of humanity, surrounded by water with no land to grow crops or raise livestock. Every meal, every tool, every drop of fuel must be brought in from afar. The entire community rises and falls with the daily catch. When the boats come in heavy, spirits soar. When the nets are empty, worry spreads quickly, touching every household. If the fish disappear, so does Migingo. The island's fate is tied to the health of the lake and the abundance of Nile perch. Without them, there is no future here. It's a boomtown built on a single, finite resource. The prosperity is real, but so is the risk. Everyone knows that the good times could end at any moment. The stakes are high, and every day is a gamble. Each trip onto the lake is a test of luck, skill, and endurance, with livelihoods hanging in the balance. This dependence on one resource is both the island's strength and its greatest risk. The community is united by fishing but also vulnerable to its collapse. Prosperity here is as fleeting as the fish themselves. One day brings celebration, the next uncertainty and hardship. That's the reality of Migingo's economy, a place where hope, risk, and resilience are all tied to the catch of the day. Despite the hardship, Migingo is buzzing with business. The island packs in bars, shops, a pharmacy, and even brothels, crammed into every available space. After a day on the water, fishermen gather in simple bars to unwind, share stories, and spend their hard-earned cash, shops, or ducas. Sell essentials ferried in from the mainland: soap, oil, phone credit, fishing gear. Entrepreneurs thrive, meeting the needs of a captive market. This explosion of commerce is a testament to human ingenuity. Migingo isn't just a fishing camp, it's a bustling micro-town. These businesses make life bearable, even enjoyable for many. Wherever people gather, markets and social hubs follow, even on a rock. Forget streets. Migingo has none. No cars, no bikes, not even a bicycle, there's simply no room. The island is a maze of narrow, twisting alleyways carved by necessity. Every journey is on foot, squeezing past neighbors and obstacles. When it rains, alleys turn slick and treacherous. There's no street lighting, just the glow from homes and bars. Everything, water, food, fish, is carried by hand through this labyrinth. The lack of infrastructure slows life down, forcing constant interaction. It's a walking community, shaped by density and necessity. The maze is both a challenge and a defining feature of Migingo. In such harsh conditions, you might expect chaos. Instead, Migingo thrives on a powerful sense of community. Neighbors help each other, fixing roofs, rescuing stranded fishermen, sharing resources. Nationality fades. Islanders look out for one another regardless of origin. Disputes are settled by elders, not courts. Social harmony is essential. Fractures could be disastrous. The community spirit is Migingo's invisible glue. It's what keeps the island running against all odds. Here, survival is a team effort. Scarcity defines life on Migingo. Despite being surrounded by water, clean drinking water is imported at high cost. Every drop is precious, rationed, and never wasted. Electricity comes from noisy, expensive generators. Only the lucky have light after dark. Sanitation is basic. Toilets are shacks over the water, polluting the lake. Waste management is a daily struggle, creating health risks. Residents are masters of resourcefulness, reusing and conserving everything. The lack of basic services is a daily grind. Survival here means constant adaptation. It's a raw fight for water, light, and health. Migingo's law enforcement is as unique as the island itself. Armed police from both Kenya and Uganda share this tiny space, each with their own flags and offices. Residents answer to two sets of authorities, often facing double taxes and conflicting rules. The dual police presence creates tension, but also forces cooperation. Officers must work together to keep order, despite national disputes. For islanders, navigating this system is a survival skill. The sight of rival police patrolling the same alleys is surreal. Migingo is a living symbol of contested sovereignty. After dark, Migingo transforms. Bars come alive with music. Kenyan, Ugandan, and international hits echo across the water. Fishermen, flush with cash, pack into tiny rooms to drink, dance, and forget their worries. Pool tables and food stalls pop up, alleys buzz with energy. The nightlife is a vital release for a community under pressure. Here, rivals become friends, and the island's spirit shines brightest. Joy and celebration are as essential as survival. Even on a contested rock, humanity finds a way to party. Migingo's nightlife is its ultimate act of resilience. That's Migingo, a world built on a rock fueled by fish and held together by unbreakable spirit. We've seen impossible density, political tension, and raw determination. It's a place of hardship and joy, scarcity and vibrancy. If this journey opened your eyes, join the crew. Subscribe for more real, raw adventures. Your support keeps these stories alive and independent. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay adventurous. See you on the next one.